Hello there good folks, watching the daily vlog. Welcome to day 32. Quick update on the neck inflammation. I think it's 95% gone, which is very good, just 5% left. We'll probably wait for it to get to like 1% or perhaps hopefully completely zero on the inflammation. This is why you don't jump the gun. It's better because we instantly took off from training. We didn't get excited and sad that we might have to pause the journey. That's fine. This is not actually a pause. We're still dieting down. It's okay. Metabolism is on a very sweet spot. And got some emails done this morning. Most of the work for the day sorted from a coaching perspective. Do have some calls coming up later this week though. We'll do some editing later today and then we jump into meal number one. And I'm planning to wash my car. If you saw yesterday's vlog, I did get a car cover, but of course, right now it's a dusky brown color with all the dust in it. So I might have to give it a nice not hot, okay, we can't afford hot water for the cars, we're not at that point in time in humanity, but a nice pressure wash, hopefully. And yeah, I think I can count that as quote-unquote cardio because I barely got any proper activity apart from, of course, going out yesterday. And that should be good. And by the way, that stain you see right there, yeah, that's from the dosa batter from last night. Sorry for being shabby this morning, but I mean, that's a daily vlog, right? You film as soon as you wake up after the rain, and that's what I did. I think like enjoying that coffee first thing in the morning. There are times when I'm seriously wondering what were people doing before coffee was invented. It's not that old of an invention actually. It was fairly just in the last couple centuries. Why assume when I can look it up? Yeah. Wait. When was coffee? Why is Yahoo search so? Okay. So, 15th century. Apparently, Sufi monasteries in Yemen. Oh, folks in Yemen. Yemeni people are wonderful people, dude. Anyway, so something new today. If you came for fitness, you learned when coffee was found. Lovely. Masala dosa action along with some egg whites and some delicious coconut chutney. Let's get that in. I mean, after I had this last night, I really love the taste of it. I used to have this combination a long time ago, masala, potatoes, coconut chutney, and any basic carb like roti or dosa. So I figured I'll enjoy some today as well. So we're going to dive into that and probably get some more editing done. A lot of work got done in the morning, like it usually is in our vlogs. Anyway, catch you after I bring that down. That's what we're talking about. These are dates, but what you see inside is a stuffed almond, so that should be good. I think these have been in the house for a while. I also have some pista. Can I open it with one hand? Yes, I can. Probably not. Okay. Maybe one more. Yes. So, looking at the state of things, we might need to get our hands down and dirty, like, we discussed in the morning. Let's go. Nice, shall we? Soaped and clean. Guess who wet their primary dry cloth, so that now they have to use their interior cloth? Me. I was in a hurry, so I'm not even trying because I know this is not going to help dry the entire car. So we do the best we can, and yeah, we're going to have some water spots. At least on the bright side, it's not hard water today. Most of the times I'm using hard water because that's what's available in our area. Dark car and the cleaning chronicles are almost never ending until you sell it off, of course. One basic tip, if you own a car or a bike or whatever, anything shiny, don't do that, especially in dark color. The clear coat is going to get a lot of swirls, and that's why you lose the shine. The shine is basically no coating. The shine is reflection of light, whatever, natural or artificial. So when the clear coat is clean, a lot more light is directly reflected without getting scattered. The scratches scatter it and you lose the shine. So try to go one way or the other. Don't do that and you should be good. Or on the bright side, just get a white car or a white bike or whatever. By the way, comment below if you have the time what vehicle you drive. Doesn't have to be a four-wheeler, can be a two-wheeler, one-wheeler, eight-wheeler, whatever you drive. So we can connect and discuss cleaning possibilities. And this is actually soaking wet at this point, almost as wet as the washcloth. I have a couple of washcloths. I have like 8 microfibers. I try to mix it up. obviously you're going to get scratches, but you try to do your best. You've kind of you got dug into your savings and then bought a nice thing. You want to try at least the best you can to maintain it. Okay, you can actually see, right? It's still wet, so I mean that's all right. As long as you get from point A to point B in a fairly not dirty car, I'm good. Electric car, battery la thanni pattuche. Alla irukku. Porsche na. Do that. நல்லா இருக்கு. பார்த்து பொறுமையாக விட்டு சீட் பெல்ட் போட்டுக்க மறக்காமல் ஆர்சி புக்கெலாம் வச்சு ரோட்டில் கிட்ட எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிடாதீங்க, நசிக்கிடுவானுங்க லாரியில். And if you can, try to maintain a towel or towels for the underbody and for dirty areas, potentially the ones behind the mudguard behind on the front, so that you don't want to scratch the other parts of your shiny new car with debris. Yeah, of course, you're not going to be able to get into that, but do try your best. That should do it for the day. And the grill, I mean, if you own a vehicle that has a grill with multiple attachments like that, then you might want to bend it down and do that if you have the time and patience. Do you know what's better than a hot shower? A hot meal, especially if the shower is followed by the meal. So I think there's some lamb curry and some lentil rice where they pressure cook the lentils and rice together. The flavor is supposed to go wonderfully with the curry, and that's what I'm gonna do. How's my hair? Is it okay? It's usually almost always bad, especially when I'm filming. There's a need for speed. Hey, manisha mari ottungada vandiya. We're going with home food, so like a good lad, I'm leaving my oval plate behind and taking that. என்னாச்சு எல்லாரும் சாப்பிட்டீங்கன்னா விட்டுட்டு என்னடா ரைஸ் இல்லை? I think that should do it, to be honest. Usually because I'm dieting, they don't make the food for me as well at home, which is why people have gone to town on it. And that's some lentil veg medley. Let's get that in the action. Oh, we also have some dal char. That's wonderful. It's one of my most personal favorite foods because it's got bones in it. It's got two types of lentils, if I'm not wrong. Vegetables loaded with the fiber and the good stuff. Oh, there's a lot of lamb. Nice. That smells wonderful. Sweet. So I'm gonna dive into that. Man, that car wash was really exhausting. I think it's because we did it in the afternoon. Usually it's good to wash your car when it's early in the morning or slightly before complete nightfall, because you can't see after that. That way the water doesn't ripen one area and become spots when you're kind of mopping the other one down. But that's okay. I want to enjoy that. I think after this, all plans for the day coaching is completely wrapped. I did that. We do have some upload work, the upcoming videos and some short form edits for Instagram, so maybe we'll look into that. By the way, I'm salivating, that's how hungry I am. If you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, and if you have the time and patience for that, check out either AKR Daily Vlogs or Haroon AKR, which is my official coaching page. There's some good stuff and some infotainment there if you're into bodybuilding and lifestyle and just nutrition in general, which, I mean, let's face it, looking at how the health crisis globally has grown, especially with processed food, I think we can all benefit from some of that. But if you like my 5 cents on fitness and nutrition and lifestyle advice, check it out. Wonderful, man. That rice does actually go really well with the lamb. That was such a delicious meal. Also, the rice was obviously lesser than what we needed for the meal. So there was some leftover upma. Had some of that. Now, let's get back. Maybe take a very short nap. Do you guys remember these biscuits? I think I showed in one of the vlogs. These are the teddy biscuits, chocolate flavor. Whenever you have a nice meaty meal, the mind always craves for a dessert. It's fine, you can have it, but just make sure you moderate it. I mean, I had like 3 or 4 of those biscuits. They are small, so it's fine. And we are at a very high body weight, so the metabolism is quite high as well. So we can afford to do that, but if you're at 10% body fat, then snacking like this, probably not the greatest idea. If you're trying to get to like 8% or maintain or whatever. If you're trying to live life, go crazy. All right, so had a wonderful, I wouldn't say quick, fairly longer than quick nap. We might get some emails done and then jump into the last meal. Now, something that we can talk about at this point, which favors how today has been, is food volume and about that calorie density. You see, all these days I've had large meals, for almost all my meals except very few scenarios. And today we might change that. That is the difference when calorie density changes, especially on a leaning out prep. We had lamb in the afternoon. Of course, the portion that you saw was fairly large actually. It might all look small, but from a calorie perspective, lamb can really rack up, especially depending on how fatty the meat is. I didn't see it in the morning. Wait, I actually did see the meat when it was boiled and before made into a curry this morning. So yeah, it was not that fatty, but okay, let's say half and half. Obviously, I had one more portion along with some upma on the side. I think I talked about that previously. I don't remember, but you guys obviously know. And that allows us very less food volume for dinner, which means it's just going to be a large portion of egg whites along with whatever carb I find when I go down. Let's go. I actually don't think I washed the car towels this morning. Yeah, my goodness, they've been out in the sun all this while. Let's get some quick egg whites out. Actually, the portion's obviously going to be large. We do get some protein from the lamb, but lamb can't necessarily be your primary protein source throughout the day. Except, occasionally, if you're trying to hit protein targets and, sorry, that was loud, and trying to keep total calories below a roof, then probably not the best choice. That's what happens. That's a Sunday pileup, yeah? Means the family has been fed, which is good. I'm going to let my videographer decide what carb I got to have. Egg whites irukku, carbohydrate மட்டும் சாப்பிடணும். என்ன ஆட் பண்ணலாம்? Creme brulee, dulce de leche, தோசை சாப்பிடலாமா? நீ நினைக்கிறல்ல மனசுல எப்படியும் தோசை தான் சொல்ல போறீங்க. Let's brush up some oil. Don't ever be hasty in the kitchen or you'll end up spilling stuff. Not just oil, but I've spilled a lot. To learn to never be hasty, no matter what I'm filming or where I'm running to next. Take it easy. Nothing is as important as not wasting food. Okay. So, pan's hot. Let's throw that in. All right, that looks close to done. I'd probably just do one dosa, and I think there's some curry and dalcha from afternoon. Got to water down the batter a bit. We have a smaller than usual spoon right now because that one's been used for milk, and the one we use for dosa, the Monster Blaster, is out for washing, and it's really dried up in the edges, so it needs to soak up, so I'm not taking that. A lot of people generally just, even if they're using plastic spoons, and if the ghee gets stuck and thick like this, they just kind of just tap it on the hot pan, just thinking, oh, I mean, if I'm just tapping, it's okay, but you have no idea the amount of microplastics we have running around in the world today. So don't do that. You don't want more plastic in your body. Don't try to take plastic close to anything that's metal and hot in your kitchen or anywhere for that matter that you're going to consume. We get our signature oval plate back. A lot of people worry about protein portion per meal, thinking, the body cannot break it down if you have a lot of protein. I mean, that's a lot of protein. Look at that, I'm breaking it down. Jokes apart, all I'm trying to say is, you don't have to worry. All right, I spilled a little. Sad. You don't have to worry about protein breakdown. That is like one of the, minuscule things that you'll have to worry about in the grand picture. As long as you get your daily protein intake for now, yes, splitting it through the day can be optimal. If you want to fine tune, you can fine tune a lot of things. But if you're comparing having all your protein together in one meal and just not being consistent with your nutrition protocol, then this is obviously better. I'm not saying I'm getting consistent. I'm just saying from a lifestyle perspective, choose your battles. Oh, wait, that's on high. Oh, let's hope it's not burnt. It's not. Man, that is so thin. The batter was really watered down, more than what I believed I did with it. Nice, fairly crispy. Oh, that did kind of burn just a little on the other side. Let's take it off. Small touch of lamb curry action. And some lentil action. Sweet. That basically wraps all the meats for the day. The neck is far, far better. Left and right is actually completely fine. Maybe in the left, at the far end, there's a small touch. Of course, in daily movements, we're not going to move it to the far end. Obviously, while praying, of course, I go to that, but not extreme. So when we add load, though, it's a different story, which is why we want to make sure there is not even a small amount of pain that kind of, arises in the area when you have some sort of mobility. Anyway, that's a wrap. Catch you tomorrow.